जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय राधा माधवा कुंज बिहारी। यशोदानंदना ब्रज जनरंजन जमुना तीरा बनचारी। यमुना तीरा बनचारी। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद। निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताई गौर हरि बोल। बैक टू प्रभुजी। हरे कृष्ण।
Hare Krishna Mataji, that sets a very nice mood for the most auspicious Bhagavad Gita discussion. We shall now recite the Mangalacharan. Let's see. We have Indira Mataji and we have Shalini Mataji. Is she here? One of the two. Maybe Indira Mataji today.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभुजी। ओम अज्ञानातिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुम् उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदाकमलं श्रीगुरुं वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं सग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सवादूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिया। वंशकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण प्रभु।
Very nice, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, devotees, we are on chapter 8, Attaining the Supreme. As you can see, very aptly titled, appropriate title. How we can attain the Supreme. Krishna himself is explaining about the different manifestation and how different types of devotees, different types of jivatmas understand him, how they try to approach him. We see that Arjuna asked about 8 questions, and also one of the important questions was Pralaya Kale, meaning at the time of death, how can one remember Krishna? Very important. Krishna has taken few verses for that, how one should remember him. And he also said that the best way to remember him would be Tasmat Sarvesu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara Udhyacha. He's giving this kind of, instruction many times, throughout Bhagavad Gita. The essence, what we are finding is that whether whatever yoga path you take, you have to think about Krishna. So in bhakti, it becomes very, very easy. That's what we do from day one. We don't have to suddenly learn something or suddenly practice something to think about Krishna. Whereas in other path of yoga, they may start their yogic process without really considering Krishna. For example, Ashtanga Yoga, good. Krishna says they are very, very highly elevated. But eventually, to complete that samadhi process, they have to think about Krishna. At that time, they've already continued, they've done the 8 process of Ashtanga Yoga. The final is samadhi, but they've not paid much attention to Krishna. And now they have to think about Krishna. It's an additional process. But for us, from day one, the moment we come, into this kind of a Krishna consciousness, our instructions are clear. Why it is clear? It is being given by Krishna himself. It's not been created by anybody else, just Krishna. Let us look at very briefly 8:15 and 8:16. Today's verse is going to be 8:17. But see, what is he saying? Sometimes Krishna is repeating the verses. That means it's very important. We have to pay special attention. So here he is saying, Mam upatya punarjanma. That means, Mam, after you achieve me, reach me, then, you achieved the perfection. This is 8:15. Same, let's give me a second here. Let me go to the, almost the same verse, the sentence, Mam upatya tu kaunteya. After, you arrive me, reach me. Very important. So we find that Krishna is the ultimate goal. Whatever you do, we can call it karma, we can call it dhyana, jnana, but ultimately it is only to think about Krishna. So the best way we are doing is that we are chanting, we are doing devotional service, we are taking part in festivals, we are trying to read Bhagavad Gita almost every day, Monday through Friday. So it seems like Krishna says in 8:15 and 16, if you do that, you will not come back, you will not go back outside his abode, which is Goloka Vrindavan, Vaikuntha. So, devotees, the question here is, why we are here? We can take about a couple of answers. Why we are here?
Because we wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna, so we fell down into the material world.
What is that, Mataji? Sorry, I missed it.
Prabhuji, I was saying, when we were in the spiritual world, we made a mistake and we wanted to enjoy separate from Krishna. So we fell down in this material world. Correct me if I'm wrong, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay, it's a good answer. So you are saying we were with Krishna, maybe in Goloka Vrindavan, and we had our own, we want to enjoy ourselves without considering Krishna into account. So we fell down. So yeah, that is an acceptable answer. But Srila Prabhupada always used to say something. What is that? That is, Prabhupada used to say, we are all Nitya Baddhas. You are right, Shalini Mataji. That also happened, but that is very small percentage, very, very small. That somebody goes to Goloka Vrindavan and they fall down, it may happen, but very rare, extremely rare. Because you already reached such a perfection, there is nothing, you reach the pure stage of Krishna Prema, there is really falling down. Krishna himself says, you will not go back. But still somebody might fall because we still have the free will. He's not controlling us, even then, even after reaching Goloka Vrindavan. It is said that even in Vaikuntha, there are many, many, entities, they look like Vishnu. They have all the opulence of Vishnu in Vaikuntha. But their mood is to serve only Lord Vishnu, not Krishna. Same thing in Krishna Loka, Goloka, Vrindavan. You will get everything. But the mood, everybody, the entire entity there, their only mood is to common goal, single goal is to serve Krishna. So everybody is happy. So falling from that kind of a status is happen. It can because of the free will. But Srila Prabhupada many times he has said that we are Nitya Baddhas, meaning we are eternally here. This time, the verse that we are going to read, it will talk more about the timeline and what is the difference between the spiritual time and the material time and so on. So, but that is the issue. I think we have been here eternally. So today, slowly we are trying to rekindle the Krishna Prema. So the question is that can we complete this process in this lifetime? It can happen, but don't undermine that. We should not think, oh, looks like it's easy. I'm chanting 16 rounds and somehow engaged in devotional service. I'm attending all the ISKCON temple. These are all amazingly good, amazingly powerful. Krishna will be very happy. Prabhupada will be very happy. But ultimately, the question is that have we become two things? Tasmat sarvesu praleshu. Are we taking into Krishna all the time? Number one, all the time. And are we thinking about Krishna in a very pure mind? Without any anarthas, no jealous, no envy. Only I want to do it. I don't want anybody else to do it. Or I really don't like this person doing this way. Have we come out of all the anarthas? Or do we have some inertia? Do we have some lethargy within us? Srila Prabhupada always used to say, if you are lazy, Krishna consciousness is going to be very difficult for you. Any yoga path will be difficult if you're lazy. Even in Bhakti Yoga, because laziness is a very big challenge for advancement in Bhakti Yoga. So devotees, we know that we are here. What do we do? That is what Krishna is going to say, how tough. It's not easy. But before we get into the tough part, why not we read one very beautiful verse from Sikshashtakam, where Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself, he says what to do. What do you do at the time? Can somebody read this? Maybe Shalini Mataji, you want to try?
So, Prabhuji. Sayinanda tanuja kinkaram patitam ma vishame bhavam buddhau kripayatav pada pankaja sthita tuli satrisham vichintaya. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor, yet somehow or other I have fallen into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this should be our mood. We know that we have to tasmat sarvesu kaleshu. We know we have to think about Krishna. But how do we think about him? We have to beg, cry for his blessings and mercy. He is our eternal servitor. We have fallen somehow. We don't know. But right now we don't know whether we fell from the Goloka Vrindavan or we are eternally Baddhas. We don't know. But one thing we know, we are caught in a very bad situation. We are drowning. This is a samsara saga. So we have to seek his help. Please pick me up from this ocean. That is where the Guru comes into picture. He will come. If you are sincere, very, very pure. Purity is the essence for Krishna consciousness. If your heart is the first verse of, who can say the first verse of Srishatman? At least the first line.
Cheto darpanamarjanam bahumavta yuvaka.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. And what does that mean, Prabhu?
Prabhuji, Cheto Darpanam. So,
how we cleanse our,
Cleaning the place of our
Okay.
heart, like how we clean the mirror.
yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Very good, Subal
Thank you,
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Very good, Bhashiti Mataji. Yeah. So somehow we are now, at this moment, we are covered by, all this contamination. If we clean up our heart, everything will be clear. Like Subal Prabhuji mentioned, Cheto Darpana Madhyanam. This Shikshashtakam is very, very wonderful. This is the 8 verses given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. If we can even follow this 8 verse, we should be in good condition. Okay, devotees, now let us go back to our today's verse. Who can read this, devotees? 8:17. Subal Prabhu, Mahesh Prabhu, you want to read?
Yes, I can try, Prabhuji. Sahasrayuga paryantam ahar yada brahmano vido ratri yuga sahasranta teho ratra vido jana.
Very good, Prabhu. Very nice. Who else? I'm not seeing everybody.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, may I try?
Oh, definitely, Prabhu.
Sahasrajuga paryantam ahar yat brahmana viduhu ratrim yoga sahasrantam te ahoratra vidu janaha.
Very good, Prabhuji. Very good. Shall we try with one of the Matajis, maybe? Maybe Paman Prabhu. I'm seeing Paman Prabhu here.
Hello, bro. Hari Om. Sahasraya Yuga Paryantam Ahara Yad Brahmano Vidhu Ratrim Yuga Sahastranam Teho Ratra Vido Janaha.
Very good, Prabhu. Devotees, I apologize. The way I have set up my screen, especially when I'm sharing, I'm not able to see all the names. Please feel free to recite if you want. Who can read the synonym and translation?
I can read, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Devotees, Nam Pranam, all Gureshwar Prabhupada. Shastra 1000 Yoga Millennium Parantam, including Aha, they, Yat, that which, Brahmana, of Brahma, Vidhu, they know, Ratrin, night, Yoga, millenniums, Shastra Antam, similarly, ending after 1000, they, Aha, Ratro, day and night, Vidha, who understand, Jana, people. Translation by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Joy. By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night. Hare Krishna.
Very good, Prabhu. Very nice, Prabhu. Devotees, we have 2 paragraphs here. Why not 2 devotees read? This is more of a technical thing. But there is a lot of Bhagavad Gita is all about philosophy, technical, everything. It has got facts, it's got the philosophy also. So we'll discuss a little more, but who can read one paragraph? Another devotee can read the second paragraph. Mahesh,
Yeah.
Prabhu, did you read?
I can. I already read the.
Okay,
first.
let us see. Give me a
I
second.
think we have Raghu Prabhu and Venkat Prabhu who have not got a chance to speak
Is
yet.
it Venkat Prabhu from Wesley Chapel? Venkata?
No, Venkata Prabhu is our Harini Mataji husband, Prabhuji.
Oh, okay. Haribol. Prabhu, are you feeling better? Back to normal, Prabhu?
A little better, Prabhuji.
Okay, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, I won't bother you asking to read, but you can listen, Prabhu.
Sure, Prabhu.
I can read.
Okay, Prabhu.
Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. The duration of the material universe is limited. It is manifested in cycles of kalpas. A kalpa is a day for Brahma, and one day of Brahma consists of 1,000 cycles of 4 yugas or ages: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali. The cycle of Satya is characterized by virtue, wisdom, and religion, there being practically no ignorance and vice. And the yuga lasts 1,728,000 years. In the Treta Yuga, vice is introduced, and this yuga lasts 1,296,000 years. In the Dwapara Yuga, there is an even greater decline in virtue and religion, vice increasing, and this yuga lasts 864,000 years. And finally, in Kali Yuga, the yuga we have now been experiencing over the past 5,000 years, there is an abundance of strife, ignorance, irreligion, and vice, true virtue being practically non existent. And this yuga lasts 432,000 years. In Kali Yuga, vice increases to such a point that at the termination of the yuga, the Supreme Lord Himself appears as the Kalki Avatara, vanquishes the demons, saves his devotees, and commences another Satya Yuga. Then the process is set rolling again. These 4 yugas rotating 1,000 times, comprise one day of Brahma, and the same number comprise one night. Brahma lives 100 of such years and then dies. His 100 years by earth calculations total to 311 trillion and 40 billion earth years. By these calculations, the life of Brahma seems fantastic and interminable, but from the viewpoint of eternity, it is as brief as a lightning flash. In the causal ocean, there are innumerable Brahmas rising and disappearing like bubbles in the Atlantic. Brahma and his creation are all part of the material universe, and therefore they are in constant flux.
Haribol Prabhu, very nice reading. Maybe Subal Prabhuji, you want to read this paragraph?
Yeah, sure, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandat Pranam, all glories to Sri Prabhupada and Gurudev. In the material universe, not even Brahma is free from the process of birth, old age, disease, and death. Brahma, however, is directly engaged in the service of the Supreme Lord in the management of this universe. Therefore, he at once attains liberation. Elevated sannyasis are prompted to Brahma's particular planet, Brahmaloka, which is the highest planet in the material universe and which survives all the heavenly planets in the upper strata of the planetary system. But in the due course, Brahma and all the inhabitants of the Brahmaloka are subject to death according to the law of material nature. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Subal Prabhuji. Would you like to enlighten us, Prabhu, a little bit?
Prabhuji, so this is wonderful verse, as you mentioned, Prabhuji. The duration of the universe is, limited. As we can see, Brahma lives for 311 trillion years and 40 billion years. But, it is again divided into Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga. So, and this Kali Yuga is 432,000 years, as we can see. But we have only passed 5,000 years. And, Srila Prabhupada said that, this Krishna consciousness will spread for the next 10,000 years in every town and village. So as we can see, one kalpa, which is one day of Brahma, not even half day, I would say, 12 hours of Brahma, and night becomes, and 1,000 such yugas are there in one kalpa. And each cycle has these 4. So we can see that how minute we are and in that, sometimes we quarrel and all. It is, and sometimes very, childish by, But anyway, Prabhuji. So we can see that this Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi is there in all these planets, even in Brahmaloka also, as we saw. So, I mean, and here it, who goes to Brahmaloka, it is said that elevated sannyasis are promoted to Brahma's planet Brahmaloka, which is the highest planet in this material universe, which survives the heavenly planet. See, when, pralaya, not full pralaya, like after the kalpa, the top three planets are still there. Only the lower planets, go and come back. But after that full, Brahma's life, to the full pralaya happens, I think, Prabhuji. So at that time, yeah, Brahma also, has to take a rebirth. So because, but the liberation, of course, for pure devotees, there's nothing. They always are in the service of the Lord. So the annihilation of Brahma's night, all living entities remain, compact in the, body of Vishnu, and then they manifest again in the new day of Brahma. So that's how the end of Brahma, all the living entities are again unmanifested again, to manifest again. So like this, the annihilation and, happens. So, but devotees who take Krishna consciousness do not need to worry about that, because they, at the end of their life, they are always in the service of Lord Krishna. They go back to, on the spiritual planets. That's kind of my understanding, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Very nice, Prabhu. You have given a very detailed explanation. You have given the purport actually very nicely. And one thing I really like, Prabhu, you mentioned about the main reason why Krishna is mentioning all these things. What is the point? These are all too technical. Really, can we even try to understand what is 311 trillion years and 40 billion years? Even, I mean, just for pure mathematical purpose, even if we cannot even understand what is this, who can even live that long? What is the point? But I think Krishna is giving all these things, very rightly mentioned by Subal Prabhuji, is to show that how minute we are, how insignificant. We are so small, so petty compared to Brahma. But we think that we are the controller, we know everything, I can reach Krishna, I can do everything. But one thing, devotees, we have to remember, Prabhupada says here, where does it say? Yeah, but Brahma is not an ordinary personality. We should never underestimate him. Here Prabhupada adds, in the material universe, not even Brahma is free, but since he is directly engaged in the service of Supreme Lord, he will be automatically liberated. So for Brahma, it's almost 100% probability he is not coming back to this material world. Because I want to show you a slide, but let us take some comment before that. Devotees, any more thoughts on this? What is Krishna saying here, like the 4 yugas? What is a kalpa? And what happens in one day of Brahma? What happens after 100? Brahma's life span is 100 years. What happens after that? So we can discuss that, but let's take some comment. Mahesh Prabhu, anything you want to say, Prabhuji?
Yeah, Miss, I like one particular line in this purport, which is very powerful, is like elevated sannyasis are promoted to Brahma's particular planet, which is the Brahmalok. Yeah. So I see that only the way to go, not means go to the Krishna's consciousness, is just to do the bhakti yoga. Means just by having like a sannyasi, the qualities of sannyasis is not enough for liberation of our soul and going to the Lord Sri Krishna. Yeah. So I think that is very powerful, and I see that why Bhakti Yoga is so important, and why we should do that in our very minute in the flash of light, I will say, which we have got it when we compare that to like a 311 trillion years of Brahma, and we got this opportunity to liberate ourselves from all these big time, and I think this is the best way. I see myself as mm, part of the Bhakti Yoga and a part of this group where we can be on the same path and go to the Krishna's Goloka Vranda. Yeah, that's what I see very important part from here. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Very nice reflection, Prabhu. You have understood the essence of Bhagavad Gita our goal is to just surrender to Krishna. That is the easiest way. That is the most efficient way, almost a guaranteed way. Krishna is guaranteeing this because this has not been guaranteed. A human being is not guaranteeing. Krishna and his appointed representative Guru, they both are saying, do this, you will be elevated, to the spiritual path. Very nice, Prabhu. What is any more thought? Shalini Mataji?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
So, Prabhuji, here in this part 4, Prabhupada is explaining that even in Brahmaloka, the Brahma and other inhabitants, elevated sannyasis, they also will subject to death according to the law of nature. But in Bhagavad Gita 8.16, it explained that if they are Krishna conscious, and Baladev Vidyabhushan also commented on that if they are Krishna conscious and keep their Krishna consciousness, so they will transfer to the spiritual kingdom when the devastation will happen. So it's stated in Bhagavad Gita 8.16. That's Prabhuji, I just would like to add. And so my understanding is here, even in Brahmaloka, there is a birth and death, but if they are Krishna conscious in Brahmaloka, then they have the liberty to transfer to the spiritual kingdom, rather annihilation. And it's described in Bhagavad Gita 8.16, Prabhuji.
Right. Perfect, Mataji. Yeah. So what we understand, ultimately it is Krishna consciousness. Whichever way you take. Easy path, difficult path, interesting path, adventurous path, whatever yoga path you take. But if you're pure, if you're austere, if you have a simple desire to surrender to Lord, He will show you all the path. People will come to Krishna consciousness. So, devotees, any more thoughts? Let us see who else is there.
I have a question, Prabhuji.
Sure.
So, I've heard before that Brahma is actually a position, right? And that, all of us in some birth in past lives, we may have been like Brahmas. And over here it is said that because he's constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness by doing Krishna service, the work of creation all the time, so Brahma is automatically liberated at the end, right? So then, if we were Brahmas at some point, then is it the same? We were liberated and then we fell back again. Again, we need to be liberated.
Yeah. So, Mataji, you are right. Brahma is a person, is a personality, and it's also a position. Let us little bit analyze this. As you can see here, Brahma is created from you are able to see the slide, right, devotees?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Okay. So he is created by Garbhodaksha Vishnu here. He's created, and his purpose is for all this manifestation. All this, from Satyaloka to take care of all the material, procreation, different level, the 14 lokas. And like this, there are infinite universes. And then there are infinite Brahmas. So the Brahma that we are talking about, it's just not one. But for all our, practical purpose, we will just concentrate on one Brahma. But even there is a very nice episode. Who can narrate that episode? When one time Brahma goes to meet with Krishna. Devotees, anybody would like to narrate
Gopa
that?
boys, the Gopa boys, Prabhuji.
What is that?
The hiding the Gopas.
No. This is when Brahma he goes to meet with Krishna.
Oh, with the
And
ego?
he is stopped by the doorman, the security. He says Krishna is busy.
Four Kumaras.
Cannot-
That
Go
four
ahead.
Kumaras, that one, Prabhuji?
Say that again?
I think
No, not
Prabhuji,
for
are you
Kumara.
referring to the one where Krishna called all the Brahmas with 1,000 heads and more heads and more heads, and then our three-faced Brahma was then like, oh my God, what was I thinking when I said I am the Brahma?
Correct. There are, the Brahma, he stopped at the gate and he's very, he's shocked. He says, the gatekeeper asks, which Brahma? He says, what Brahma are you talking about? I'm the only Brahma. He says, no. Then Krishna would invite him inside, and then he will ask all the other Brahmas to come inside his, kingdom. And there are thousands and thousands of Brahmas, one with one head, one with 4 heads, 10 heads, 10,000 heads, 1,000,000 heads. And then Brahma would, the 4-headed Brahma that we are, familiar with, he would understand how insignificant he is in this whole creation. Because Brahma, at that point of time, he used to think that he is the creator. He is created by only Vishnu. That he knows. He's a great devotee in that respect. Brahma's prayers are very powerful. But even Brahma was not aware that he is just one of the Brahmas. There are unlimited manifestation from Krishna. So in that aspect, Brahma is a person and he has got 100 years, spiritual years. And then after 100 years, let us go to one slide. Okay. For the time being, devotees, if I may just, okay. So let us begin with here, devotees. This is called the Diya Yuga or Chatur Yuga. Chatur means 4, right? The present Yuga is Kali Yuga, 432,000 years. This picture, I believe it is made from India, I believe. We don't put 4 here in the American system. This is like 432,000, but we don't say like that. We say 432,000 years. So anyhow, Kali Yuga is 432,000 years. The simple way to understand this, double this. Okay, multiply this by 2, that is what is Dwapara Yuga, 864,000 years. Now, you multiply this by 3, it becomes Treta Yuga. Multiply 3 times by Kali Yuga, it becomes 1.296 million years. And then you multiply Kali Yuga by 4 times, you get Satya Yuga, 1.728 million years. So this Chatur Yuga, 4 yugas, the total is 4.32 million years. Okay? Are we okay so far, devotees?
That's perfect.
Okay. So now like this, it is just one cycle of Chatur Yuga. If you multiply this by 1,000, okay, that becomes a kalpa, 1 day of Brahma. A very long duration, very, very long. So this 4.32 million years becomes 4.32 billion years. Just one day. When one day, as mentioned by Subal Prabhuji, it is only the day. The same 4.32 billion years, night also. Nothing happens. Night, after a day of this one kalpa, after the 12 hours period of Brahma, some of the, let us go here real quick. Many parts of this will get annihilated. The entire thing, up to Svargaloka, everything will go away. One day of Brahma. Then, after the complete lifespan of Brahma, which is Brahma is sitting here on the top, Satyaloka, of this material manifestation. This is the shell of Brahmanda, right? And here is Anantasesha. It all starts from Naraka Loka to, all these are all the lower lokas. We are here, Bhuloka. And here is all the Bhuvar Loka. And then we are the 8th, and this is the 9th, and there is, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 lokas. So here, Satya Loka, Brahma Loka is the topmost. So after Brahma's 100 years are done, there is a complete full devastation. That means this entire universe will be redone completely. Brahma will also go away. So that way, he has to leave. But since he's a great devotee of Krishna, Krishna created him personally, directly, not through the energy. We are all created by energy of Krishna. We are called what is the Shakti we are called? We are a Tatashta Shakti, a mixture of his internal, which is Antaranga Shakti, and then we are also part of his Bahiranga Shakti. We are a very complicated mixture of spiritual and matter. So Brahma is very, very personally created by Krishna. So all these upper platform devotees, whatever I know, they're all very, very highly spiritual also. It's not that Swargaloka doesn't mean anything. There is a great possibility that we may never reach even Swargaloka. If you lead a normal life, I want to be a good human being. I don't want to know nothing much about spirituality. I will not cause any harm to anybody. I will be a law-abiding person. I'll do my best. Selfless, I will be. Everything is good. That person will keep on coming back. That's what is Krishna saying. He may get even elevated slowly to even Swargaloka. But again, this is only a time. After some time, yes, again come back to the Bhuloka. And there is a possibility from here, somebody might fall even to the lower lokas. There are so many episodes in the Bhagavatam. Now, it is said that if someone can lead a perfect, selfless life for 100 births, they qualify to become Brahma. So they all will go and they'll slowly get elevated. They are all in the Tapaloka. All highly, highly elevated sadhus, sannyasis, munis and mahamunis and maharishis, and they're all there. Brahma rishis, they're all there. So after Brahma completes his 100 years, there is, as Srila Prabhupada has mentioned, since he is also a devotee, I think Bhashwati Mataji mentioned something about 816, right, Mataji? Can you repeat that, Mataji, please?
Yes, Prabhuji. So repeat the text, Prabhu.
No, whatever you mentioned.
Okay, yeah. Yes. Yeah, Prabhuji. So in Bhagavad Gita 8.16, Srila Prabhupada mentioned about the Brahmaloka, and that Brahmaloka gradually will elevate it to the spiritual kingdom. When there is a material devastation will happen, if that planets, the Brahmalokas, all the inhabitants are Krishna conscious. And Baladev Vidyabhushan also in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita quotes this verse. Then I'm reading the Prabhuji. And the verse says, when there is a devastation of this material universe, Brahma and the devotees who are constantly engaged in Krishna consciousness are all transferred to the spiritual universe and to specific spiritual planets according to their desires.
Very nice, Mataji. That's a great point, devotees. So what it means, Krishna is showing us, devotees, take a look at this entire universe manifestation. Where do we stand in this, such a large creation? Where we are in USA, a small country in this, maybe a large country in this Bhuloka, and we are in a state called Florida, maybe a little large state, then a city called Tampa, maybe a little large. But when you compare it to all this Brahmanda, where do we stand? Nothing. And we are in one house, and we are one human being, one small entity. This should bring us all the humility for us, devotees. What do you all think?
Yes, Prabhuji, definitely. And even the point that Subala Prabhuji made of like the insignificance, like how for like small little things we get into like, an argument which is pointless, like given how like eternal we are, like eternal, beings. For a small little thing, it's just not worth it.
Exactly. Brahma has got 311 trillion years. Still, Brahma would not waste a single moment. He will not. If given to us, we will be relaxing for maybe 311 years, and we'll say the last maybe 1 million year I will concentrate on Krishna. But not Brahma. Brahma's prayers are very, very... our Bhashwati Mataji will be reciting Brahma Samhita at the Janmashtami festival. Powerful prayer. It kind of explains what is who is Krishna and why should we worship Krishna. Govindam Adi Purusham Tam Aham Bhajami. That's it. Govinda, I just want to surrender at your lotus feet. That's the only purpose. Easy. But are we going to stop doing our work? Krishna has already explained, verse after verse. Tasmat sarvesu taleshu mam anusmara vidyacha. Think about me and fight. He's not saying just go and sleep. I'll take care of everything. Krishna can do it. Krishna can fight for Arjuna. But that's not the point of this manifestation. This entire manifestation is for us to do activity, karma, make it karma yoga, make it nishkama karma yoga, understand Krishna and go back to Krishna. That's the main purpose of all this creation. It is like taking an examination, right? The teacher knows all the question, teacher knows all the answer, but we have to take the exam, not the teacher. Krishna is not going to, he has already helped us with all the intelligence, all the amenities. How nicely he has given us eyes, he has given all these indriyas. We can think consciousness. We are not animals. He has given a better, higher level of understanding. Krishna, right? So if you're going to miss this, Srila Prabhupada says that it will be a spiritual suicide. That's what he mentioned Prabhupada many times. If we given all this opportunity, amenities, knowledge, everything, consciousness above all, if you're not going to think about Krishna, it is a complete misuse of our human body. And then we may go to lower lokas also, because Krishna will think, hey, you are not utilizing it, right? We have been given a fantastic tool. Even here, it is said that on the upper planet, they are thinking, if I can go to Bhuloka, within 100 years, I can go to, Goloka Vrindavan. There is an opportunity. But we are misusing it. Many times we think, oh, I got so much time. Devotees, have you heard about this phrase, time pass? In India, it's very popular. It's called TP. They will ask friends, oh friend, what can I do for time pass? Meaning they don't have anything to do. Whether it can, I mean, they're asking some suggestion. Can you recommend some movie, or shall we go out somewhere and gossip? Something like that. But think about this. We don't have time actually. Brahma doesn't have time. Our 100 years is nothing. In the spiritual platform, devotees, Brahma's lifespan is like a blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. He comes, he does service for Krishna, 311 trillion years is gone. So he is not going to waste the time. So devotees, very quickly, we have a few more minutes. So this is called Diya Yuga. 4 yugas. We are in the Kali Yuga. As in the beginning mentioned by Subal Prabhuji, 5,000 years have gone by. We still have 428,000 years. Don't think about all this thing. This moment, this lifetime, we have to go back, do a complete high jump from here out of this. Actually, out of beyond this is the spiritual platform, Vaikuntha, Goloka Vrindavan, and so on. So here, like we see, thousands of such yugas is one kalpa. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, what is that verse, devotees? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. That means this is called one yuga, but in the actual yuga cycle, it is 1,000 years, 1,000 such cycle, 1 day of Brahma. So in this 1 day of Brahma, the several of the levels, the lokas will vanish. Anything below Swargaloka will get vanished. And again, new creation, partial creation will happen. In between that, devotees, let me remove this. There is something called Manmantra also. Manmantra is, this is 1 day of Brahma is 1,000 years. Manmantra is 71 of such cycle of yugas. That is about 306.72 million years. And in this also there is a partial devastation. That is why Shastra says that even if you're going to worship the 33 million devas and devatas, some of them will go away. They won't be there after 71 Diya Yuga. They are also very, Brahma is temporary with 311 trillion years. But here the Manmantras, at each Manmantra, there is one lead of the Manmantra. Let's not get too technical, but this Manmantra, we are on the 7th Manmantra. It is said that it is the Vaivastava Manmantra. So he would be the governing lead. And the next lead, somebody will come. Here, let's see if you are able to see. Savanni Manmantra. Right? So the 71 such yuga cycle, there is every time there is a new lead of the Manmantra. They lead all this creation, part of the creation and annihilation. So it's a very complicated thing. So here there is really, in a material platform, if we are not going to be Krishna consciousness, there is no way we are going to get elevated anything above Bhuloka. We are going to be stuck. Bhuloka or maybe even downfall, we don't know. So what are the thoughts, devotees? What do you all think? Or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, just by chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. How wonderful, right? Just chanting the Maha Mantra. He says you will be relieved from everything. You don't have to go through all this complex. We won't be able to do it. We won't understand this. But one thing, devotees, even in the material scientific science field, they say that the planet, the current planet, was formed about 4.32 billion years ago. Has anyone read something like that?
Yes, Prabhuji, in our science, like all throughout our life, like as a student, that is what I read.
Right.
So that is like 1 day for Brahma, right?
1 day of
For
Brahma, correct?
yeah,
Yeah.
It,
A new,
1 day
you
is
know,
like it started the day and night will come again. Yeah, the same amount of time. Yeah.
Great, absolutely, Prabhu. We haven't heard, we got few more minutes. Why not we ask some of our elevated devotees to share something? How about Namananda Prabhu? He hasn't said anything. Okay, maybe.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Wonderful discussion, Prabhu. Prabhu, it reminds me that Lochon Das Thakur bhajan, that Brahmaro Durlava Prema Shavakari Jatse. Basically, that Harinam Sankirtan, even it's difficult for Brahma to attain, but Nityananda is giving everyone for free. So we are so fortunate. I got that by the mercy of Gauranga and Nityananda. So we should utilize it, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji.
Very nice, Prabhu. That is a very good, yeah. All these elevated devotees have given us. Bhashwati Mataji, you want to say something, Mataji?
No, Prabhuji. I was just, Prabhuji, whenever I just think about this technical, those numbers years, Prabhuji, I feel my brain is like, doesn't want to take those, so technical. So I put in Krishna's lotus feet. Krishna, I just want to chant and do the devotional service. That's more easier than understanding this numbers, Prabhuji. It's so like,
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji. Please continue.
yeah, so it's like a billion, trillion years, earth years, and the annihilation, everything is so major, so vast, beyond our imagination. Like with that, Srila Prabhu says, we are so tiny, little in this world, and we don't know about the unmanifested spiritual kingdom, how it is. So much. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And also by looking at the size of the universe, like we are not able to, we are so tiny, like our the fastest like Voyager 1 and 2 aircraft, which they send it like some like 40 years ago, they are not even able to reach out of our solar system. Forget about our galaxy and the nearby galaxies. So we are such a so so tiny when it compared to the size also. I mean, the time is there as well as the size also matters, right? And we are nowhere in anywhere, I will say, yeah. So we are so very small in compared to the Brahma itself, yeah. And yeah, that's why I think everyone should be humble that where miss what you are doing exactly. It's like why we can't focus our time and energy in Lord Sri Krishna, and why to do all this nonsense, so which we are doing in Kali Yuga. Yeah, that is what I feel. Yeah, after reading all this. Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very nice, Prabhu. Yeah, we are very, very pretty, Prabhu. It's very, very tiny. We cannot, I mean, Brahma is the controller of all this material, manifestation, of course, with the guidance from only Krishna only. But he is praying only to Krishna all the time.
Yeah.
There is a very nice prayer, Brahma's prayer. Of course, Brahma Samhita is there. But even in Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 14, I think at some point of time we all will get a chance to read that. There, Brahma, maybe we can discuss this a little bit tomorrow, but he would pray to Krishna. He would ask for forgiveness, that he would say, how insignificant I am. I made a mistake by not understanding you fully. This Brahma is saying.
Yeah.
So who are we? We are nobody.
Correct.
But one thing, there is a great opportunity, as said by Prahlad Maharaj. in this material manifestation, there is one very good thing is that we can think about Krishna and reach Goloka Vrindavan very fast, very efficient. We don't have to do thousands and thousands of years of tapasya. Maybe we can discuss that tomorrow. But each yuga, they had a particular form of what we can call understanding Krishna. In the Satya Yuga, it was more of a tapasya. Everybody used to do tapasya. Even demons used to do tapasya. Hiranyakashipu used to do. It is said that he did tapasya for 20,000-30,000 years. And then Treta Yuga, it's more of yajna, and Dwapara Yuga is temple worship, and Kali Yuga, its best is Harinama Sankirtan. That means trying to understand Krishna through the chanting of the holy names. Okay, devotees, any final thoughts? Maybe a couple more. Indra Mataji, you want to say something? I'm not able to see all the name. Please forgive me.
Yes, well said, and it's a very complex subject, and it's beyond for entry level. Like for me, it's a very complex subject. But what I heard is like at the end of Kali Yuga, after all this 432 million years, so whoever is left, they are going to be in a very bad condition, pathetic conditions, like parents eat their children and all that. So it's what I was told, like it's better to take the ticket in being Krishna conscious and go to Godhead. So that's all, Prabhuji.
Yeah, very nice. Yeah, you use the right phrase, ticket. This is ticket to Godhead. You are there. You have been given the ticket. Srila Prabhupada has given us the ticket. Now we can sit down and speculate. Can I go in another bus or another flight, or maybe I'll just stay here for some more time? Why do you want to do that? It's there. Pawan Prabhuji, final comment from you, Prabhu. Then we shall conclude here. We will continue.
Hello, Prabhu. No, I think great conversation. Your charts are very explanatory, very nice. I love it. I think the bottom line, what I realize is, the universe can be big, the whole thing can be. We are still very small, and but still we are bound by the laws of karma. We are bound by the laws of karma, and that is the leela that Krishna has created. That all of us are bound by the laws of karma. So the more Krishna conscious we get out of this karma. Otherwise, we keep coming back and going through this suffering. This life we may have had slightly better than our previous lives. So we don't know next life if we continue this path, where we will be born and what kind of difficulties we have to go through. So we rather, use this time to, wipe out all our karmas and go to Krishna. Hari Bol, Prabhu.
Very nice, Prabhu. Great realization. Yeah, you said perfect understanding. Yeah, that's what devotees we shall do. I know the chart has got so many technical things, but Krishna is giving that kind of an information very detailed. Is because for us to understand that who are we in comparison to his, so many and this is just one universe, devotees. And Karana Daksha Vishnu is creating more and more unlimited. So it's a very, very beyond our imagination even, But one thing we know, there is an Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that's why he came 500 years ago. He gave us a very, very simple, very pragmatic, practical way of understanding Krishna, surrendering to him and go back to Godhead. So devotees, we shall conclude here with that. We'll again see you all tomorrow. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. ISKCON Tempa Sankirtana ki jai. Bhagavad Gita.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thanks to all devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat Pranam.